And welcome to another episode of the HTFL Season 2. I'm Big Polly coming to you. We are in week number 2. Let me get on camera here. Hello, everybody. It is January 11th, 2022 as I record this, the night after the Georgia Bulldogs surprised everybody and won the national championship, defeating the evil empire known as the Alabama Crimson Tide. Well, today we have Green Bay and Pittsburgh coming to you. As I get a little close to the camera, make sure my display capture slide is set up. And it now is. Pittsburgh and Green Bay, way back when I played week 1, 3 some odd months ago, they lost. Actually, it was closer to 4 months ago. They each lost their opening day game. So they will square off here in week number 2. We have 4 divisions of 8 in the HTFL. Pittsburgh is part of the East Division, Green Bay part of the North. And this is an 18-week season, 18 games. We play straight through, no bye weeks. And these two teams played last year on a Monday night game that I had. So let's get to it, shall we? Pittsburgh and Green Bay. Green Bay won that game convincingly. Jim Taylor had a record rushing effort. I think he had something close to 270 rushing yards. I'll control Green Bay. The computer will control Pittsburgh. I control all the home teams. We're in Lambeau Field, 56 degrees. Of course, now, in January, as I record this, they wish they had 56 degrees for a high. It's probably quite the frozen tundra right now at Lambeau Field. Of course, they will be playing a game there on the weekend of the 22nd or 23rd in the divisional round of the 2021-2022 playoffs. We play with 100-man rosters, so you could see your favorite Green Bay Packer in here before this is over with. Each team going with their modern-day quarterback. We have the soon-to-be-retired Big Ben Roethlisberger for Pittsburgh and Aaron Rodgers doing a discount double check with the Packers. Coin toss goes Green Bay's way, and we will take the ball and start the first half that way. Odom Adderley and Tony Canadeo are back deep for Green Bay, and we'll tell you who kicked off in a moment. There is the boot. It goes to Odom. Odom past the 20 to the 30, past the 40 near midfield. He's tackled at the 49 finally by Patios. And the kick was by Gary Anderson, who went on and played with the Minnesota Vikings. So we'll give you the starting offense, which is a little different this year for Green Bay. Each team picks 100 players in order from worst to best in terms of how they finished last year. It's Jug Gerard in the backfield as the tailback, no Jim Taylor, although they can only use him about 5 times, and then we'd have to go to reserves. Lou Brock, no, not the famous St. Louis Cardinal baseball player. He is the fullback. The receivers are Houghton and Lunn, no Don Hudson. Paul Kaufman is the tight end. Greg, Kramer, Ringo, Gillingham, and Bakhtian are your offensive linemen. Of course, Aaron Rodgers out of the University of California. We'll see what they could do here. Now remember, Green Bay cannot use Gerard all that much, but we're going to try to give it to him right away. And Gerard back to the line, and that is it. And you wondered who made the HTFL Pittsburgh's defense? It's Elsie Greenwood, Hayward, Kevin Green, and Hampton. Ham, Lambert, and Porter are your linebackers. Woodson, Blunt, Polamalu, and Shell. So you got 6 of the starting 11 are 10s. Hudson comes in as the third wide receiver. I'm sure they'll go to him more frequently than they might go to Houghton and Loon. Medium crossing route on 2nd and 10 from the 49, but a
Ball
marker.
Start. Offense. Number 38, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
They get Loon for a false start offensively, and that's going to set up a 2nd and 15. So we'll still want to do a medium pass. I'm having difficulty seeing at the moment, thanks to the sun setting. If you are seeing this before 7 o'clock Tuesday, the 11th of January, I am scheduled to be on with Rob! Exclamation point. Kind of like when Pat Summerall used to say, "Murder, she wrote." We're going to go loon on a medium cross. We're going to talk a little football tonight, I think. And this was an outlet pass to Jug Gerard, who gains 9 yards. For some reason, Vince Lombardi wanted to start Jug Gerard. Don't know why. But we won't try to figure out the computer's decisions. We don't make the decisions for the computer. We just let them pick the lineups and let it be that. So 3rd and 6. Got to go to Don Hudson here. One of the first great wide receivers. Of course, he played back in the 30s and 40s, so he also plays defensive back. And we don't discourage players from going two ways. 3rd and 6 call. And Rogers is gotten to by Hampton. That is Casey Hampton, not Dan Hampton, who played for the Bears. Casey is out of Texas, and he makes a pivotal, perhaps, sack there. We won't know as the game goes on. Donnie Anderson is in the punt. Another one of these players who plays multiple positions. He's a running back, but he could also punt. Rod Woodson, I believe, takes it at the 9, runs it back 6 yards to the 15. So that's where the Steelers will start. The temperature conditions 56 degrees. Pittsburgh is going into the wind, which means Green Bay will have the wind advantage in the first and the fourth quarters. The wind is somewhere between 0 to 10 miles an hour. Offensively, it's Bettis and Johnson, the two running backs. John Henry Johnson. Brown and Ward, 210 wide receivers. Miller, a 6 at tight end. Big Ben's your quarterback, and the line is Kolb, Fenneca, Webster, DeCastro, and Jackson. So let's see what they do on 1st and 10. And this is a pass completed to Brown, Antonio Brown, who's become a dirty word here in the Tampa Bay area after walking off the field against the Jets about a week and a half ago. He picks up 10 yards, and it's a 1st and 10 at the 25. We'll set up the Green Bay defense in just a moment. That's complete to Hines Ward, 19 yards. Hayward on the tackle. Defensively for Green Bay, Davis, Campman, Jordan, and Ray are your front four. Matthews, Nitschke, and Barrett, your linebacker core. Adderley, Hayward, Sharper, and Wood are your defensive backs. You got 4 10s in the defensive backfield, on the defense for Green Bay in total. 1st and 10 at the 44. Big Ben throwing and finding Antonio Brown. And as a Tampa Bay Buck fan, I just hate saying that name. 2nd and 1 at the Green Bay 47, tackled by Herb Adderley. In fact, the last time I was talking to Rob in a chat, we were going over the whole Antonio Brown fiasco and how a girlfriend was telling all about Antonio and some things that probably should not be repeated on a YouTube channel. 2nd and 1, I think the video got banned because they played some footage from WFAN in New York or CBS. 2nd and a yard from the 47. It is Bettis losing a yard. So he's in the game now. Well, actually, no, he started. Loss of a yard. Herb Adderley with a head-on tackle, making it 3rd and 2 at the Green Bay 48. Opening a few minutes of the first quarter, we have no score as of yet. 3rd and 2. The throw incomplete. Roethlisberger was looking for Zach Miller, and that ball is incomplete. I'm going to watch for a fake punt here. Would be a good time to do it if you're Pittsburgh. And the punt by Wood. I'm sorry. Jimmy Orr is your punter. Another case of the old school and how the NFL used to work. If you were a position player, it didn't prevent you from punting or kicking or what have you. So a 1st and 10 ball at the 16 now. Usually my rule of thumb is that once a player gets tired and uses up his possible rushes, I will replace him. We did not use last year a fatigue system, but this year I have one. Pitch right to Jug Gerard, 1st and 10. And Gerard having trouble getting it going, no gain. Hampton on the tackle. We'll go double tight end, and we'll try Lou Brock on 2nd and 10. And this Lou Brock, not a fast runner at all. He loses a yard, setting up 3rd and 11. We'll go 3 wide, which means Hudson will enter the game, but we're going to use him as a decoy. Go to Billy Houghton, who had a good year in the HTFL with Green Bay last season, but they're going to be short of the first as Rogers threw to Paul Kaufman. Only gained 8, they needed 11. So on 4th and 3, Green Bay will punt, and Donnie Anderson comes back in. Woodson back deep for Pittsburgh. And this is a good punt. That backed Woodson up a ways. Made a fair catch at the 33. The punt went 44 yards. So Pittsburgh back with it now with 6:56 left in the opening frame. No score. They have the ball at the 33. Neither team has moved the ball much. Green Bay with only 8 yards of total offense so far, and Pittsburgh with 37. See that shotgun double running back formation. Miller wanting a flag on that pass. It was a medium cross to Miller. Wood drilled him, and Miller says, "Didn't you see that? That's pass interference, buddy. Come on." 2nd and 10, ball to 33. It's Big Ben throwing and completing this time to Hines Ward, hero of Super Bowl 40. He gained 7 yards, and it is 3rd and 3 at the 40. 60 yards away from pay dirt for the Steelers. See what they do here. A lot of options. It's pass in the flat, and it's a 1st down to John Henry Johnson, a gain of 10. You see him there. He's out of St. Mary's. This is, by the way, we should point out we're using Action PC Football 2021. Some of you have figured that out. And we use the historical set of 2020 and not 2021. I know they have updated that set, but the way all this works, I started the season before the 2021 set came out. And, well, never mind. 1st and 10 right on the NFL logo at the 50-yard line, which is actually an HTFL logo for the purposes of this game. And this is the Bettis. Bettis ahead for 4 yards. Willie Davis made the tackle. Willie Davis just passing away not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. And it's 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line of Green Bay with 5:05 now left in the opening quarter. Bettis again taking the handoff, and it's 5 yards. Ray Nitschke making the stop at the 41. 3rd and a yard, ball at the 41-yard line. See what we do here, or what Pittsburgh does here. That's complete, and that's Zach Miller, and a gain of 9 yards. And we have a direct snap coming to Jerome Bettis. And when I get that alert, it's like, thank you very much. Now I know who to key on. So we're going to key on Bettis in a 3-4. Bettis actually tries to throw it, and it's off the hands of that guy who shall remain nameless, but we're going to mention him, Antonio Brown. And it's 2nd and 10 at the 32 of Green Bay. 7-play, 35-yard drive so far, so this is play number 8. Roethlisberger incomplete, looking for Hines Ward, and Hayward was injured and will be out for a few plays. Looking like Don Hudson has come in and will play at one of the corner positions against Hines Ward. Of course, Hudson played in that era where, before 1960, you had a lot of players go both ways. 3rd and 10 at the 32, and they had to because of the roster restrictions at the time. Throw completed to John Henry Johnson. That is a gain of 10, but short of the first down by a
Upon
few
further
inches.
review, the runner reached the first down marker. First down. No timeout will be charged.
Pittsburgh chose to use their challenge on whether or not it was first down, and they did get the challenge successful, and it's first and 10 at the 22. In the HTFL, each team gets one challenge because all other replays, there is a replay system as you just saw. Uh, Anything that would deal with a score or a turnover is looked at automatically, but you do get one challenge for anything else. So it's first and 10 at the Green Bay 22. No score, 2:46. Pittsburgh fixing to change that. And it's Roethlisberger handing off to John Henry Johnson again. Looked like there might have been a flag, but they will pick it up. No penalty. Second and 7 as Green Bay, the defense, now backed up to its own red zone. Ball at the 19. Bettis again, and Bettis with 2 yards. The bus. He has 4 carries and 10 yards so far today. A third and 5, ball at the 17. Bettis, he lost yardage that time. Interesting call for Pittsburgh to go for a run on third and 5. Tried to catch Green Bay off balance, but it does not work. Clay Matthews on the tackle. So a 4th and 7 at the 19 is going to bring in the kicking team. Here is Gary Anderson. This will be about 36 yards out, and it's right down the pipe. 3-0 in favor of the Steelers, much to the chagrin of the crowd here in Lambeau Field. 30 seconds left in the opening quarter, and it's Odom, Adderley, and Canadeo again back deep. No changes. Odom takes it inside his 5, moves up to the 27. Cornell Lake on the tackle. And with 18 seconds left, should be the last play of the opening quarter. We're going to go Nolan Loon. Is that how you say his name? And Rodgers decides to keep it, and he gets a very nice gain of 18 yards. So Rodgers gets the first down when we end the opening quarter. Steelers 3, Packers nothing. The Steelers with 85 yards. Roethlisberger went 7 for 11, 74 yards. I'm going to cough for a moment, folks. Stand by. And Green Bay only with 26 yards. Rodgers was perfect, 2 for 2, but Pittsburgh dominated the time of possession. Double tight end set for Green Bay. And they'll go to Jug Gerard again. No gain. Tackled by Casey Hampton. And it's now 2nd and 10. And the crowd wondering, when can they put a better running back in? It's going to be a screen to Brock on 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete, intended for Brock. But again, they were not on the same page. 3rd and 10 now. Ball at the 45 of Green Bay. We're going to go Kaufman on a medium cross. Incomplete. And Green Bay will have to punt. They bring Donnie Anderson out. Green Bay going into the wind for quarters 2 and 3. Woodson catches it. A nice return of 14 yards out to the 29-yard line of Pittsburgh. So they have it at their own 29. We have a 3-0 score, 13:55 left to go second quarter. I nearly said it was no score. That was not true. So Big Ben back out there again. He's done good so far. A throw that is complete to Johnson, a gain of 6, tackled by Barnett. And we will quickly profile Barnett. Out of Oregon State on the 2009 team and probably other years thereabout. 2nd and 4 at the 35. Throw complete to Ward and Hines with 13 more yards to make it 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 48. Of course, Hines has got to be a happy camper today in real life, knowing his Georgia Bulldogs. He was the quarterback for Georgia. Won the national championship, their first since 1980 when they beat Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl that year. So a 1st and 10 at the 48. The give was to Bettis, who gained 3 yards, and Nitschke with the tackle. And it's 2nd and 7 at the 49. Bettis now 6 carries, 11 yards. Some stout defenses here. I think yardage is going to be tough to come by. And John Henry Johnson picks up 3 more to make it a 3rd and 4 situation. And they give it to Bettis again, and just like was the case a little ways back, they run it on 3rd and 4, which is surprising, setting up 4th and 6 at the 48. I'll set up for a return. And this is a sideline punt by Jimmy Orr, out of bounds at the 14. And that is where Green Bay will set up. The trail 3-0. Gerard has 2 more carries, and actually he was like a single wing quarterback. He could throw the ball, although I'm not really planning on using him that way. We're going to go unbalanced line, try to boost the running game a little bit, pitch it right to Gerard. And that didn't work, no gain. So you see what they do there is they have the tight end, the guard, the center, the right guard, and you got the double tackles on the right side. That's how that formation works. So we gave that a try, and no siree, Bob. We'll bring Hudson in, 3 wide set for a 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete, as this Green Bay offense is quite predictable, actually. We'll screen it to Hudson on 3rd and 10. Try to get something underneath going, but that's incomplete. So Aaron Rodgers has started 2 for 6. Anderson to punt, but he's punting into the wind. Light breeze, 0 to 10 mile an hour. Woodson in the Packer territory. This could be a touchdown. It is not. Return of 50 yards. Evans finally got to him. But Pittsburgh is in good shape. 1st and goal at the 5. Might make a change at running back when the Packers get the ball next. Touchdown. Johnson on one play. Gashes it in from 5 yards, and it's 9-0 in favor of Pittsburgh. Point after try is good by Gary Anderson, and it is Pittsburgh 10 and Green Bay nothing with 8:51 left in the half. You know the cast of characters returning. Odom's going to take this 6 yards deep. We are going to make a change at running back, and we're going to put Jim Taylor in. In the base formation at least. And we're going to trap it right with him. And Taylor picks up 4 yards. Of course, Taylor was better known. He's out of LSU for being used to that power sweep that Green Bay had, that Vince Lombardi used. You got to get a seal here and a seal there, and you run the play in the alley. In fact, we're going to do that power sweep right now. And Taylor this time just back to the line, and that is it. 3rd and 6. So you can't put it all at the feet of the rather interesting choices Green Bay made in terms of running backs, Jug Gerard and so. We'll go short cross to Hudson. And it's complete, and that's a gain of 10. Jerry Kramer was hurt on the play. His return probable. They will put Mike Wall out of the Naval Academy. Few players that have made the Naval from the service academies in recent years. Of course, one of the greatest players in the NFL to come out of one of the service academies was Roger Staubach. We might see later on this week when Dallas and San Francisco play. We're going to go Taylor on a screen on 1st and 10 from the 34. He catches it and didn't get much, 4 yards. It was Joey Porter making the tackle. And we're going to let Brock handle this, Lou Brock. Pitch to the right, and Brock back to the line at best. And that's going to set up a 3rd and 6. We'll go 4 wide this time and put a man in motion. We're going to look for a short pass to Sterling Sharp, whose career ended rather after a neck injury, rather briefly. The throw, it's good to Sharp. Gain of 9 and a 1st down. Woodson on the tackle for Pittsburgh. Of course, Sterling Sharp had a younger brother named Shannon, as James Brown would say on CBS. And Shannon was a great success at tight end on a couple of teams. Power sweep with Jim Taylor here. 1st and 10 at the 46 as the Packers look for a sustaining drive. And Taylor picking up 16 yards. Gets into the secondary before Donnie Shell tackles him at the 38. So a 1st down begets a 1st down. 4:50 now left in the first half. And Green Bay leading 3-0. Screen to Jug Gerard, who's in the 3-back set, and that's incomplete. Setting up 2nd and 10. We'll just go back to Jimmy Taylor. Pitch it to the right side. And Taylor with a few yards, 3, and that sets up 3rd and 7. Rodgers will go to the gun and look for Hudson. The throw, it's complete, but Kaufman is going to be short of the 1st down by a yard. 4th and 1, ball at the 29. Now, of course, if you watch pro football in this modern era of the 2020s, the coaches all look at analytics, kind of like they started to do in the 2000s with baseball, and they would say, go for it. Well, I'm inclined to try to get the yard here. The field goal odds are 58%. And I'm going to put Taylor in. And we're going to try to get the 1st down. The odds of getting it are 84%. We're going to go off tackle left with Jim Taylor. Try to get the 1st down yardage. Only needing a yard. And he gets 3. Jack Lambert on the tackle for Pittsburgh at the 26 with 2:32 to go. And Green Bay is going to take it to the 2-minute warning. Still 10-0 in favor of the Steelers. If I said it was 3-0 after it got to 10-0, I apologize, because I may have done that. So let's see what Green Bay does out of the 2-minute warning. Each team with 3 timeouts left, and the Packers still have their challenge. Steelers used their challenge. Houghton, medium cross, might work out because Pittsburgh was playing short and tight. And Houghton has it. Touchdown, Green Bay. And he does the Lambeau leap into the crowd. And the fans all wanted to touch him like he was a rock idol or something like that, or like Katy Perry or somebody like that. Extra point attempt is good, and it's 10-7. I'll note for posterity that one of the things they had at halftime of the College Football National Championship is they had a Katy Perry video. So you might see a Katy Perry album soon. So we get a first look at the kickoff crew for Pittsburgh, the return crew: Woodson, Chandnois, and Dudley. Here's your kick. Taken by Woodson at about the goal line. It's not a good return. 16 yards to the 17. So we caught it at the 1. And now you might be seeing a little bit of a momentum shift in this game. 1st and 10 at the 16. Actually, Woodson caught it a yard deep and returned it 17 yards. Throw completed. And that went to Zach Miller. Roethlisberger 10 for 13, 103 yards. No, I don't want to call a timeout. I don't want to help them out. 2nd and inches. Let Pittsburgh burn their timeouts, and they burned one already. John Henry Johnson picks up a yard and a 1st down. And does Pittsburgh call a timeout? Yes, they do. They have one left. The ball is at the 27. Minute 30 to go, but with one timeout. It'll be tricky. Throw. Looking for Hines Ward. Barnett tipped it incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 27 with a $1.25 now on the clock. It's Roethlisberger. He got sacked by Clay Matthews. Now I'll gladly call a timeout. 3rd and 14 with a minute 20 to go. Ball to 23. Green Bay playing back. That was intended for Antonio Brown, but that's incomplete. Ha 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 ha. And it's 4th and 14 at the 23. Will Antonio Brown ever play a down in professional football again after that charade at the Meadowlands? We do not know yet. Interesting that Pittsburgh threw there. It saves Green Bay a use of a timeout. So here's the punt by Jimmy Orr. Caught by
Illegal
Wood.
block. Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
And they get an illegal block, and that's going to set Green Bay all the way back to the 20. They have 2 timeouts left and a minute 7 to go on the clock. So they might try something here. Medium fly route to Don Hudson on 1st and 10. And that was dropped right through his hands. Incomplete. Well, the Steelers only have 1 timeout left, so we're just going to play it safe. Jim Taylor, offensive off tackle right, and he will gain 5 yards. Pittsburgh did call its timeout with 55 seconds to go. So if you're going to do that, guys, I'm going to do this. Short out to Nolan Loon. Rodgers runs with it. A gain of 2 yards. And with 47 seconds left to go, I want to call a timeout, but I'm going to call a timeout with 8 seconds on the clock. Run the clock down to 8. And Donnie Anderson will punt deep. And Green Bay will hope there is no miracle here on the last play of the half. Woodson Fair catches it. 2 seconds left. Now in real life, a fair catch, you could do a free kick. But I don't think the Action PC football crew has set up the NFL rules, so you could do a fair catch after a free kick. From there, it would have been 65 plus 10, 75 plus 7 for the old 82 yards. So we're just going to play 3-1 quarter deep zone prevent. And they give it to Johnson, who gets 10 yards, and for the purposes of the time left in the half, it's meaningless. So the score is the Steelers 10 and the Packers 7. And I will come back on camera and talk to you all for just a moment. So an interesting first half. Interesting that when Green Bay picked their team, they did not give Jim Taylor the starting role at running back, but we have since brought him in. And you got to wonder if that will cause Green Bay's offense to be anemic as the season progresses. 18 weeks, 32 teams, 4 divisions of 8, a 16-team playoff. Now, I'm hoping that I could do a double bye system with Action PC football. I did an alternative Season 2 of the HTFL while I was convalescing. And that might be a problem. If so, we'll just play a straight out 16 team tournament, and I'll let you know how that progresses once we get out of the regular season, which will be somewhere around late April. Let's get back to the game and show you what we have so far. 130 yards of offense for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger is 10 for 16, 103 yards. They're not rushing the ball all that well. 13 carries, 27 yards. Green Bay, 113 yards, so they're 17 behind Pittsburgh in that category. 7 of 13 is Rodgers, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Their rushing is 14 carries for 50 yards. And Jim Taylor has been the leading rusher, 6 carries and 31 yards. And he came in the second quarter. The leading receiver right now seems to be Hines Ward, 3 catches, 39 yards. So Green Bay kicks off to Pittsburgh. Woodson back deep. Catches it inside the 5, straight ahead to the 27 as my text messaging system goes off. Okay. Thank you very much. 1st and 10 at the 27 for Pittsburgh. As we are just starting this second half. Longwell was the kicker on the kickoff, by the way. So let's see what Pittsburgh does. The give is to Bettis and the bust straight ahead for 5 yards. Wood on the tackle for Green Bay. 2nd and 5. Just starting the second half. 15 seconds in. Big Ben looking to throw deep. And Antonio Brown could not make the play. Incomplete. 3rd and 5. Ball at the 32. Shorter pass again to Antonio Brown, drilled by Herb Adderley. Ball was knocked loose, an incomplete pass. So Green Bay will get it back in short order. 4th and 5 at the 32. Jimmy Orr in the punt, punting with the wind. And it's Wood, immediately swarmed down by Mike Webster. After a return of 2, the punt went 44, so a 42-yard net. Double tight end set for Green Bay as they open up shop here in the second half. 1st and 10 at the 26. Sweep left, Jim Taylor. And Taylor stuffed at the line. 1-yard gain, and that is all. L.C. Greenwood on the tackle. Of course, L.C. Greenwood went on and did all of those Miller Lite commercials. Of course, with the late, great John Madden, who just passed away December 28th. Of last year. Pro Football World still reeling from that loss. Medium slant to Billy Houghton on 2nd and 9. That's complete. Houghton just getting past Rob Woodson for a 17-yard gain. That sets up a 1st and 10 at the 44. And we're going to go sweep right with Jim Taylor. And Taylor with a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 at the 49. Making the tackle on for the Steelers was Hayward. We'll go three wide receivers, and we're going to slant it to Don Hudson. He might get open. He does not. An incomplete. Jack Tambert tipped it, and it's 3rd and 5. We'll go to Jug Gerard on a screen. Completed, but short of the 1st down. He only gained 2. He needed 5. Making the tackle was Jack Ham. 4th and 3 at the Pittsburgh 49. We're going to punt deep with Donnie Anderson. And Woodson fair catches it at the 10. So Pittsburgh's got an uphill battle to score on this drive. 90 yards away from the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 10. Big Ben going for it. And he's got Antonio Brown, a gain of 42 yards. So on one fell swoop, they pick up 42, move it to the Green Bay 48 for a 1st and 10. Roethlisberger now 11 of 19 for 145 yards. And Ben, he was looking for Hines Ward. Hayward jumped the route, knocked it down. And it's 2nd and 10 with 9:46 now left. in quarter number 3. Then throwing to Brown, and Brown with 10 yards. That's his 4th catch of the day, 71 yards. That is updated. Sometimes I look at the little stats box here on the lower right and I wonder if it updates, and it was updated. So it's 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. John Henry Johnson with a pickup of 2 yards, and Adderley making the tackle. Herb Adderley. I wonder if he's related to Cannonball Adderley, who was a jazz singer of note in the 60s and so. 2nd and 8 at the 36. The throw by Big Ben incomplete, looking for Antonio Brown. Setting up 3rd and 8. Got to wonder if Pittsburgh will kick a field goal here if they don't get the first. And again, they run on 3rd and 8. They give it to John Henry. He gains 2 yards. Clay Matthews made the stop. So it's a 4th and 6 at the 34. Gary Anderson will indeed come on and try a field goal from 51 yards out to make it a 13-7 score. And this is good. There was no doubt about that. Nice kick for Gary Anderson. And it's 13-7 Steelers with 7:24 left in quarter number 3. And this kick goes all the way 9 yards deep in the end zone. We'll bring it out to the 20. That's another HTFL rule. We don't do the NFL rule where the touchback gets it out to the 25. We keep it with tradition, and we put the ball at the 20. Jim Taylor off tackle right on 1st and 10. That's going to be a 1-yard gain. Taylor so far, 9 carries, 38 yards. He has 1 catch for 4. We're going to go Brock. Actually, no. Let's change that. We're going to go Hampton on the slant on 2nd and 9. Marker down.
Encroachment, defense, number 98, 5-yard penalty.
They get Casey Hampton for encroachment, and that sets up 2nd and 4. Medium fly to Billy Houghton. And it's completed, a gain of 14. Mel Blunt on the tackle for Pittsburgh. And it's 1st and 10. Jim Taylor trapped left. And this works, a gain of 6 yards. And again, Mel Blunt on the tackle. That sets up 2nd and 4 at the Green Bay 46. We're down to 5:44 left now in quarter number 3. Green Bay trailing 13-7. 3 wide, we're going to go medium out to Don Hudson. That's incomplete. Dudley hurt on that last play. He comes in as an extra defensive back. Now, the pass may have been caught by Hudson, but there's only a 38% chance of an overturn, so I want to keep that challenge in my pocket. Might come in handy later. 3rd and 4, the ball at the 46. So Green Bay has to cross midfield to get the first. Here's Gerard on a screen. Incomplete. Past the 50, past the 40, to the 37 before Jack Ham could get to him. So the ball is at the 37. We'll give it to Taylor. Off tackle left. And that's a gain of 2 yards for Jim. He's now at 11 carries, 46 yards. Gerard, by the way, has 3 receptions for 28. We'll go Loon again. Crossing route. As my text message system is going on. Okay. Thanks, guys, but I'm doing a game right now. Thank you very much. Loon could not hang on to the pass. Rodgers is now 11 for 20, passing the ball. Slant to Hudson on 3rd and 8 from the 35. He's open, and he gets the first down, a pickup of 13. Casey Hampton is coming out, his return probable. And the replacement will be Ernie Stautner out of Boston College, who went on and became a defensive coordinator for many years of note. 1st and 10, the ball at the 22. And the yards get harder to acquire when you get into the red zone, especially the way the Action PC football engine is set up. Here's an off-tackle right play to Jim Taylor. Taylor to the 20, to the 10, down to the 5, a pickup of 17. His 12th carry of the day. Add 17 to his rushing total. He's now at 63. First and goal to go at the 5. We'll go full house. Bring in Amon Green. And we are going to go trap left with him. And back to the line, and that's it for Green. Go back to a base formation. 2:25 now left in the third. And it's going to be a sweep to Jim Taylor. Let him finish the deal here if he can. And he does. Touchdown, Green Bay. We have a tie game. 13-13. Extra point try coming. Good by Don Hudson. Told you these old-time players can play multiple positions. It's Don Hudson who kicks the extra points for Green Bay, and he has just given Green Bay a lead of 14-13, a very tenuous lead at best with 1:37 left to go in the third. Here's your kickoff. It's Chad Noir. I hope I'm saying that name right. Gain of 27-32 on the return. So Big Ben now has work to do. He's 12 of 22, 155 yards on the day. So his passing game has kind of suffered as of late. And this is John Henry Johnson gaining a yard. Sharper on the tackle for the Packers. Ball at the 33. 2nd and 9. It's a give to Bettis. Bettis, no gain. Clay Matthews wrapping him up. And we're at 37 seconds left to go in the quarter. We'll get another playoff before the quarter ends, and we do not. So at the end of 3, it's 14-13 Green Bay. Pittsburgh, 192 yards of total offense, 155 passing. The rushing game has been anemic, 18 of 37. Green Bay, 213 yards, 134 passing. Rodgers is 12 for 21 with a touch. And they've been running the ball a little better, 22 carries and 87 yards as a team, 4.0 average, and a touchdown. Taylor is responsible for most of that, 13 carries and 68 yards. 3rd and 9, ball at the 33 as we start the fourth. Throw, caught. Going to be short of the first, it appears. Yes, Hines Ward made the catch. Needed 9, got 7. So 4th and 2, the ball at the 40. I will watch for a fake punt here now that we've entered the fourth quarter. And it is Wood gaining nothing, and he'll have to like it on the return. The ball to 23. And that's where Green Bay will set up shop. 1st to 10. I think they want to keep running the ball here, pounding the rock, and we're going to sweep it right with Jim Taylor. And that's a gain of a yard. Joey Porter on the tackle for the Steelers, setting up a 2nd and 9 from the 24. We're going to go screen, and we're going to go to Lou Brock. 2nd and 9. Marker.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat, 2nd down.
And that's a break for Green Bay. The offsetting penalties. By the way, let's take a look at this Lou Brock. He's a running back, defensive back out of Purdue. And it's going to be a 2nd and 9 again. We'll go Hudson. And we're going to go long slant. Now, Pittsburgh's playing a nickel, so we're going to change it to a medium fly. There's the throw, incomplete. Tipped by Jack Ham, who went ham on that last play. 3rd and 9. We do not punt on 3rd down. It's not Canadian football. Don Hudson, although the CFL is thinking about going to 4 downs, I was reading. Hudson gains 8. So it's going to be forfeiting yard. Green Bay is going to have to punt. Of course, in that LA Charger Las Vegas Raider game a couple of nights ago, the Chargers went for a fourth down on their own. I think it was the 16 or 19-yard line, something like that. They didn't get it, and the Raiders scored easily. Wild game that was, huh? So Donnie Anderson punting it deep, and Woodson has no choice but to make a fair catch. The punt went 47, backed them up a little bit. So Pittsburgh starts at their own 21, 14-13 with a 12:22 left to go, unless we go overtime, which is possible. No gain. Ray on the tackle. Baby Ray. I always thought that was one of the better names. Out of Vanderbilt. Played on the Packers in 43 and probably in years in between. 2nd and 10, ball to 21. If we go overtime, it is the old sudden death. We do not do the, the first team that scores has to get a touchdown. If they get a field goal, then the other team gets the ball. No. We do it the old way. It's sudden death. 3rd and 10. You got to have a game plan for sudden death. Cue the NFL Films music. 3rd and 10 at the 21. I'm sorry. Roethlisberger tries to throw it underneath the Brown. Incomplete. Tipped by Clay Matthews. And again, Green Bay will get the ball back. I believe it's the second 3 and out, at least in a row, for Pittsburgh. Jimmy Orr back to punt. We're not going to rush him or anything like that. We're just going to be patient. And it's Kirkland making the tackle on Wood after a 6-yard gain. Punt went 38 into the wind, so the net will be 32. 1st and 10 at the 47. Green Bay taking over with 11:20 left to go. Off tackle right, Jim Taylor. And Taylor with a 3-yard gain. He's now at 15 carries and 72 yards. Setting up a 2nd down and 7. We'll go 3 wide. We're going to screen it. And I want to get Don Hudson the ball. We do. Close to a 1st down. 4 yards. Forrest Gregg was a little slow getting up. He's going to stay in the game. That's going to set up a 3rd and 3. We're going to go play action short pass. And this time we're going to go to Paul Kaufman. The throw in the flat to Kaufman, but he did not get the first. He did not get the 1st down, and they needed 3. He got 2. 4th and a yard at the 44 of Pittsburgh. Yes, I am thinking about going for it, but I'm not going to. Sideline punt for Donnie Anderson. We've got to keep Pittsburgh pinned. But it goes into the end zone. Didn't get enough spin on the ball to get it to the sideline, so it's a touchback. And Pittsburgh gets it at the 20 with 8:59 to go in regulation. 14-13. 1st and 10 at the 20. No yardage for Bettis as he goes off tackle to the left. Matthews again on the tackle. Matthews has been a beast in this game. Now a 2nd and 10, ball to 20. Here's the throw, complete to John Henry Johnson, a gain of 7. Barnett making the tackle. We've called his name a few times. Let's look at him. Nick Barnett, Oregon State. 3rd and 3. Ball to 27, 8:10 to go now. The throw caught by Zach Miller, 10-yard gain. Willie Wood on the tackle for Green Bay. And it's now a 1st and 10 at the 37, so Pittsburgh moving the chains. Roethlisberger now 15-27, 179 yards. Both defenses playing well. And Bettis loses 4 yards. Clay Matthews with another outstanding defensive play, forcing him out of bounds. And it's 2nd and 14 now at the 33. 6:43 now left to go. Keep you updated on the time. The throw complete to Hines Ward for a 10-yard gain. 3rd and 4. That moves the ball up to the 43. Pittsburgh consuming a bit of time here. We're down under 6 minutes. And Hines Ward again with the catch, a pickup of 5 yards. 1st and 10 at the 49. Yardage about dead even at this point. 228 for Pittsburgh, 231 for Green Bay. Big Ben getting hot, it appears. 17 to 29, 195 now. 1st and 10 at the 49. Another throw for Ben, incomplete, looking for Antonio Brown. Matthews was hurt on this play. He is out for the remainder of the game. So the linebacker core now is Robinson comes in, and that is not Baby Ray. We showed you him earlier. Let's profile Dave Robinson. He comes in, played on the early 70s Packers teams. 2nd and 10 at the 49 with 4:34 to go. Here's the throw by Roethlisberger. He goes deep looking for Brown, but incomplete. Sharper broke that up. And now the pressure firmly with Pittsburgh with 4:25 now left. 3rd and 10 on their own 49. Throw looking for Brown again, incomplete again. And Sharper was there again. So 4th and 10 at the 49. I'm thinking Pittsburgh will follow through and punt. Oh, it's a bad punt by Jimmy Orr. Only 11 yards. That was off the side of his foot. Out of bounds at the 40. So Orr with his Shankopotamus punt, making it 1st and 10 at the 40. 4:11 to go. And I think Green Bay is just going to keep it close to the vest, play it tight. Off tackle right, Jim Taylor. We have a penalty on the play.
Repeat 1st down.
Second case of offsetting penalties. By the way, we turned down the penalties. I forget the exact number of percentage of penalties, but I would think with the best players of all time that penalties would be down. So we only had 3 penalties and 2 penalties. We've only had 5 penalties in the entire game. So we try to keep the games as close as penalty free as possible. Injuries, yes, I think injuries would be a factor, but try to keep the penalties down and keep the games moving. So we're going to go right back to Jim Taylor, sweep right, 1st and 10 at the 40. He gets back to the line and that's it, no gain. Well, Pittsburgh saw the play coming the first time. Can't say I blame them for being ready. And we're going to go Loon, who comes in at tight end. Incomplete. And Porter is out for the game. Loon with 2 drops. So Lloyd has come in. Greg Lloyd out of Fort Valley State. 3rd and 10. And probably it was not wise to throw it. We're going to go slant to Hudson on 3rd and 10. Try to keep the drive going. He completes it just short of the 1st down. I'm going to challenge for the spot.
Upon further review, the runner reached the 1st down marker. 1st down. No timeout will be charged.
Okay, that's a big one for Green Bay, moving them to the 50, but more importantly, it's a 1st down, and they have 3:05 left in this game, which means you're going to force the Steelers to start calling timeouts here relatively soon. Sweep left, Taylor. Might just run it 3 times no matter what. Gain of 2 yards. And Green Bay will be slow to the line here. With 2:58 to go, we'll probably snap it right around the 2:19 mark. Green Bay 14, Pittsburgh 13. As time continues to move. This time it's going to be a trap right with Jim Taylor. Pittsburgh was focused on it. No, actually they were looking for a pass. And Woodson made the tackle after a 4-yard gain. 2:12. And we'll run it to the 2-minute warning. You know the score. It's Green Bay 14 and Pittsburgh 13 because I just said it. Wishbone formation for the Packers. Now this ought to be interesting. And we're going to put Taylor in at one of the halfback positions. I think my rule from now on is going to be if somebody is a starter and they shouldn't be, I'm going to let them play a quarter. Taylor, off tackle left, 3rd and 4 in the bone.
Encroachment, defense.
And they get a first
Number
down out of it.
68, 5-yard penalty.
Now Pittsburgh still has all 3 timeouts. And Green Bay's going to stay in the Packer bone. Off tackle left, Jim Taylor. And he's back to the line. That's it. Pittsburgh finally using a timeout with 1:55 to go. Double tight end set. And we're going to go with Jim Taylor again, off tackle right. Just keep giving him the ball. It ain't heavy. No pickup. Pittsburgh uses another timeout. They have 1 remaining. Field goal here, only a 30% chance. But we're going to stay with Jim Taylor. Sweep it to the left side. And he gains 5 yards. And the field goal try percentage goes up to 69. The Steelers are opting not to use a timeout, so we're going to burn the clock down to 1:01. And we're going to bring in Anderson, not Anderson, but Longwell. Anderson's the Steelers kicker. He'll try one from 51. It's up. It is good. And the Packers lead 17-13. With 52 seconds to go, we will kick at an angle. Chad Noir, past the 20, past the 30. And he goes to the 33-yard line. So Le'Veon Bell, who now plays for the Bucks, he's in as wide receiver, as is John Stallworth and Buddy Dial at the wide receiver positions. The only thing that hurts the Packers is a touchdown. 1st and 10 at the 33, and the Steelers have 1 timeout and 39 seconds. And a sack. Willie Davis on the tackle. And will Pittsburgh use that last timeout? They do. They almost had to. And it's going to be a 2nd and 19 at the 24 with 31 seconds to go. Again, Pittsburgh playing way back. Incomplete. Looking for Buddy Dial. He's one of the 84s, Antonio Brown being the other. A 3rd and 19 now for Pittsburgh. Might be down to their couple of last plays. There's the throw. Incomplete. Stallworth was the intended receiver there. 4th and 19. So this is the game. I'm going to play 3-1. Prevent zone. Roethlisberger throws. Incomplete, and that will do it. Roethlisberger is going to finish 17-35 with 195 yards. Take a knee, Aaron Rodgers. And we will call this a day. Packers 17-13 over Pittsburgh. And we'll get back to the stats in a minute. MVP was Jim Taylor, who came in, replaced Doug Gerard for the most part, got a bulk of the carries. You see there, a very quiet game offensively, 470 total yards of offense. Neither team that great at 3rd downs, 5 of 15. We had 6 penalties in the game. And Joey Porter went out, and Clay Matthews will be out 1 week. Let's show you the stats. Aaron Rodgers did have the better passing day, 16 of 27, 158, his rating better than Big Ben's. Leading rusher was Jim Taylor, 21 for 83. Ward had the most catches, 6 for 62. And it was actually Antonio Brown who had 4 catches for 71 yards. But they tried to go to him 14 times. He was targeted 14 times, but he only caught 4 balls. Defensively, I always like to look at the tackles. Blunt with 7 tackles led the way for Pittsburgh. Clay Matthews with 8 for Green Bay. And that's your final. 17-13. And the MVP was Jim Taylor. and I will come back online. If you catch this video before 7 o'clock on January 11th, I'm hoping to be on with Rob, exclamation point, Virginia Rob, as I like to call him. And we're going to do a little football chatterooski tonight. I'm going to go grab some dinner and see you all then if you are seeing this before that time. And I'll be uploading this to YouTube because do things I do things on tape. I might be doing some streams as the season progresses, but it's not going to be this week. I'm trying to determine what my schedule is going to look like in the new house. So I hope you enjoyed today's game. Our next game, as I look over here, is going to be Houston and Denver. That's tomorrow, followed by St. Louis and Las Vegas, and Dallas and San Francisco. I'll explain in greater detail what I do with Las Vegas if you're brand new to the HTFL. Thank you to all the people who are subscribing to this Big Polly's World of Sports Sims channel, helping the channel grow. Appreciate it. I know I had a couple of new subscribers once I started doing the HTFL yesterday, and I thank you all for that. This has been Big Polly coming to you, wishing you well. Godspeed, God bless. We'll do it all again soon, like in a few hours from now. And bye-bye from now, everybody.